Universal Religion Introduction by Khoji. Readers will find that I have not gone into details of conventional religions. These numerous religions, with their sects and subsects, have always been fully described in hair-splitting details, with concrete instructions and directions in the massive religious literature and scriptures of the world. Countless libraries, religious institutions, and universities are already imparting and propagating religious knowledge. Some universities have also instituted departments or chairs for the study and research of religions. In other words, there is no dearth or shortage of intellectual knowledge of religion in the world, and everybody seems satisfied and complacent about his or her own religious knowledge. Some thinkers have even deeply studied religions other than their own. With the plethora or overabundance of religions, knowledge, and literature in the world, it would look superfluous and absurd to make an attempt to write another intellectual treatise about various unconventional religions. Apart from this, it will be unwise to open Pandora's box of religions when the atmosphere all around is fully charged with communal strains and emotional elements of intolerance, prejudice, bigotry, jealousy, pride, hatred, and strife. I have therefore tried to confine myself to the general and sublimer aspect of religion, and have concentrated on the core quintessence or essence point inherent in all religious concepts. This article is a love gift to the devoted aspirants of spirituality who are sincerely working in the pursuit of divinity but are confused and bogged down in the maze of superfluous, elusive, bewildering, controversial religious ideologies, concepts, and beliefs. These confusions and controversies about religious concepts arise from our intellectual incompetence and ignorance of the spiritual world. Our limited intelligence can, at best, take us to the outer courtyard of the divine realm, but not beyond that. The blind man's knowledge is limited to what he perceives through his outer sense, but cannot grasp the complete and true perception of the world of light. Similarly, our intelligence is incompetent to perceive the immanent divine light or to realize the wonders of the spiritual world. The knowledge of the divine realm can only be realized by the insight or consciousness of our souls, called intuition, which is also called the third eye. Until and unless this insight or intuition is developed and the soul is blessed with a glimpse of divine grace and light, there are bound to be differences, controversies, discord, confrontation, and bigotry amongst various religions and between outer religion and spiritualism. Very few persons take up religion seriously, but even these few are misguided, distracted, confused, diverted, and carried away from the real essence of religion, and are bogged down or lost in the maze of conventional religions and their norms and forms, dogmas and creeds, rites and rituals, sermons and ceremonies, logic and theology, reasoning and philosophies, superstitious obsessions, obdurate bigotry, fanatic aberrations, wrong conceptions, elusive achievements, and hypothetical goals. Even if a rare soul outgrows and transcends these outward religious obsessions and rises to the higher consciousness, it is liable to be distracted and bogged down in some of the following phases of occult plane, such as imaginary hypothetic visions, emotional flights of thoughts of the unseen, reveries of fanciful notions, playing with psychic powers, clairvoyance and prophecies, large number of followers, religious ashrams and institutions, sufferings of ascetic life, illusory spiritual achievements, niceties of spiritual knowledge, nothingness of yogic trances, and mukti or salvation from the cycle of birth and death. Such souls are so involved and absorbed in the emotional exercises of their occult powers that they become obsessed with their religious and occult attainments and become oblivious or ignorant of any higher spiritual vision. All these emotional and imaginary achievements, visions, and occult powers are based on egoistic foundation and revolve around the lower consciousness of I and me. Hence, they belong to the cosmic world and are devoid of the touch of divine grace and light. In fact, these occult visions and powers are enchanting mirages in which most of the yogis are caught and trapped, which provide a great hindrance for their further advancement toward the true spiritual goal. It is therefore obvious how difficult or impossible it is for an aspiring soul to overcome by himself the powerful gravity of Maya and to transcend both the religious and occult barriers of distractions and misconceptions. Only illuminated and blessed souls of divine vision can guide and introduce the aspiring soul into the higher consciousness of spirituality and to enable him to enjoy the inner experiences of divine bliss and grace. This inner intuitional experience of the soul comprised of intuition and divine vision, vibrating thrill of divine touch, intoxication of divine bliss, infatuation of celestial music, secret and sacred flame of divine light, ecstasy of divine love, cozy warmth of divine presence, glory of the divine efflorescence, bewitching and captivating divine beauty, sweet caresses of celestial grace, soothing peace of celestial silence, and dancing joy of divine grace. This is the true, eternal, all-embracing, living, vibrating, practical, and joyful universal religion of all souls. Dhan Guru Nanak.